All right, so today we are going to demo. I am going to demo how to create, and I've emailed measurements, this cute little card. And then it's like got a box that sits in like the little card holder stand. I'll tilt this down so you can see how it just like sits there nice and cutely. Woo. Yeah, super cute little card. So we are going to make that. I did email everybody the measurements, so don't panic about like writing them down or anything. I emailed them to everybody. If you're not interested, just disregard the email, that's fine too. But let's learn how to make that cute little project. So the first thing we're going to do is make the box. So there's tons of templates online for creating, you know, your own box. So if this one's confusing or you have a different one you like to do, by all means, that's fine, but I'm going to give you the measurements and technique for how to create this particular little handmade box. So the first thing you need to do is take a white piece of paper and you will cut it down to 10¼ inches long by 7½ inches tall. Once you have that rectangle, you're going to do this kind of weird math magic to it. So you're going to start at the bottom and you're going to measure in 2½ inches and up 2¼ inches and cut a little jut out of that spot, and then you'll do the same thing on the other side. So that was 2¼ inches in from the outside edge and 2½ inches in from the outside edge and 2¼ inches up both sides. And then from the top you're going to measure 5 inches down from the top and 2½ inches in from the side. So 5 inches down from the top, 2½ inches in from the side, and you'll cut those little portions out and you will be left with a piece of paper that looks just like this upside down cross. Once you have done that, you are going to start at the top and you're going to score in at 1/4 inch. So you'll 1/4 inch down and then you'll put a score line. Then from that score line, you'll go down another 2½ inches and score. So that's going to be from the top 2 3/4 inches down. From the 1/4 inch score line, it will be another 2½ inches down. You'll do another score. And then another 2½ inches down, which takes you 1/4 inch below this cut line here. And you'll do a score line all the way from the far left across to the right. So that's going to be at 5 1/4 inches down from the tippy top. And you'll do a score line. And then you'll measure down another 2½ inches and do another score line, which is 1/4 inch up from this cut line. And that line again will go, it's not just in this portion, it's all the way from here to here, straight score line all the way across. So we had 1/4 inch, 2 3/4 inch, 5 1/4 inch, and 7 3/4 inch. Then when we flip it, it's just down 2½ inches and 2½ inches, which will be the same as connecting these two dots here. Like it'll just, you're basically making it that you can fold that line flat there like that. Once you've done that, there's only one more little thing we have to do to this. So right in here, on all 4 corners, you're going to have to cut a 1/4 inch slit because that's how you're going to fold the tabs that hold the box together. So right now it's connected there. You have to carry this cut line down an extra 1/4 inch down to where your score line is. So right at that little seam down to your score line. Once you have done all of those things, you'll be able to fold this little puppy up and make a box. So it will give you these little tabs. You should have 4 tabs, 2 on each of these little points of the T. You'll have 2 tabs on each, and you're going to put adhesive on the outside edge of each of those and collapse them up and glue your box together. You don't need glue on this tab because this one you want to be able to open and close. So you're just gluing these 4 sides together. So I'll put adhesive on those and glue them together so you can see. But that's it. That's how you make the box. Super simple. I guess I don't really have to glue it together. I have this one glued together. And then the pattern paper is 2 and, I wrote it down, 2 1/4 inch squares. And I decorated even the bottom one, like when the person takes it out of the card, I wanted it to be cute on all sides. So 6 2 1/4 inch squares. I also put a little bow on it that I don't have measurements for. You just have to, you know, find a punch or a die or a template online, or you could buy a pre-made bow. But I do think the bow, it makes it look more like a cute little present instead of just a random box. So I would highly recommend the bow. And then for the card base itself, which is the part that holds the box in place and is where you would write your sentiment, this is an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of paper, folded in half, and then you're going to measure in from the outside edge 1.5 inches in from either side and draw a little like tick or mark however you want, and then from that point you're going to cut down 1 3/4 inches from either of those spots and then connect with the 2 lines so that the whole piece comes out through both sides of that. And that will leave this funny little hole in the center. And that is the stand for your box. And then the pattern paper that goes in front of that will be a 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch square. And then using that same technique of like the cut in, the measurements from the edge are 1 1/4 inches in and 1 3/4 inches down. 1 1/4 inch in, 1 3/4 inches down, and then connect that little spot. And that will perfectly fit nicely on the front. Your box will fit nicely inside of that. And you have a super cute little card. Very unique, and it'd be so fun if you just have, you know, like a little chocolate or small gift you want to give someone, but you want it to look more impressive. I think that would be perfect. Anybody have any questions? Awesome. Well, I did record that. It'll be posted to YouTube, and you all know how to get a hold of me if you need me ever in the future. So that is the last demo.